Please welcome Sadhguru.
Jananam sukadham maranam karunam milanam maduram smaranam karunam kalavashadiha sakalam karunam samayadipate akilam karunam. Namaskaram to everyone, good morning. I said good morning. Leadership in the world in the last few centuries has been through a certain metamorphosis. There was a time when religious leadership was the most influential leadership on the planet. Then, as the military machines on the planet became very significant, the military leaders gained significance in the world. Later, in the last century, democratically elected leadership has been the most important leadership. But a time is coming where the business leaders or the economic leaders are going to be dominating the world. You did not expect a business person without political background to get elected to a major nation, to head a major nation on the planet. Largely, business leadership and every kind of leadership has been largely driven by ambition. What is ambition? Ambition is essentially exaggerating the existing situations. You have whatever you have, your ambition is to have much more of that. Ambition is largely about expanding what we already have. Vision is about seeing the reality of what is there right now and looking out for new possibilities. Or in other words, vision is an exploration. Ambition is an exaggeration of who we are right now. The moment we become ambitious, knowingly or unknowingly, we want to conquer everything that we see. Conquest is one way of doing things. Inclusion is another way of doing things. When you conquer something, you get bound to what you conquer. When you include something, you become free from what you include. In the process of this conquest, which is driven by human ambition, we have kind of made every aspect of life, which is fundamental to our existence, life-making material on the planet has been made into commodities. The air that we breathe, the water that we drink, the food that we eat and the land that we walk upon, all have become commodities that we can buy and sell. We are not very far from buying beings and selling human beings, because everything becomes a commodity when you're in a conquest mode. How to grab something? This reminds me, a few years ago, I met a teacher who was my English teacher, and she attended a program of mine. After almost 30 years of break, I had never seen her, she came to a program. After the program, she came and hugged me and said, "Now I understand why you would not let me teach Robert Frost." I said, "Ma'am, why would I not let you teach Robert Frost? I like Frost." She said, "Don't you remember?" And she reminded me. It happened that till then we were studying only English poetry. She wanted to introduce American poets to us. She gave an introduction to Robert Frost, and then she started off, "Woods are lovely, dark and deep." I said, "Stop." I said, "A man who calls a tree a wood, I'm not going to listen to that guy." She said, "No, no, no, Robert Frost is a very great poet." I said, "I don't care how great he is. A man who calls a tree a wood, I am not going to listen to him." In my experience, I spent so much time outdoors. Tree was a magnificent piece of life. But in somebody's mind, tree is wood. If a tiger walks in here, he will look at you and think breakfast. So, it is all right for a tiger, but for a human being who is at the pinnacle of evolution of life on this planet, this is not acceptable, that you make everything into a commodity in your understanding, in your experience and the way you conduct things on the daily basis. So ambition is an exploration of new realities. Vision is an exploration of new realities. Ambition is just recycling the same thing into bigger and bigger possibilities. Ambition is always about more. Vision is about all. Vision comes when you simply look at life the way it is. When your vision is clouded with a dream, you're ambitious. When your vision is 100% clear, you have absolute clarity of vision, that is when you can have a vision for creating something new. In this process where we as human beings have acquired enormous capabilities in the last 100 years, what 10,000 men could do, today one man can do on the planet simply because we are so hugely empowered with technology. And in the last 100 years, we have changed the face of the planet. All destruction and environmental degradation that you see is all in fulfillment of human ambition. In this pursuit, we are going in such a way, hugely empowered. This means our very competence is slowly turning against us. Our ability to do things are going to destroy us. If our enemies try to destroy us, that's understandable, but our own ability to do things, the higher capability of what we are having today than ever before on this planet is going to be the mode of destruction for us. This is like the classic monkey story, which all of you should know. A monkey is sitting on the wrong side of the branch and cutting the branch. When it succeeds, it shall fall. We are in that mode right now because we are in the process of fulfilling our ambitions. Individual ambitions are destroying the universe. Fortunately, 50% of the population is lazy. If all the 7.3 billion people became very ambitious, super industrious, using all the technologies of today, I think we will gobble up the planet in the next couple of decades. So, human intelligence is not saving the world. Human love or compassion is not saving the world. Human lethargy is saving the world. This is definitely not a good way to approach. This is definitely not a positive way to approach our lives and the world. A time has come when leadership, no matter what is the terrain in which they're operating, political, social, economic, whatever, It is time that they learn to migrate from individual ambition to a larger vision. First of all, let us look at what is the source of one's ambition. The source of one's ambition, or the source of everything that a human being does, is our desire, isn't it? Desire is in its very nature like this. You have a desire, if you fulfill it, there is a next one. If you fulfill it, there is a next one. If you fulfill it, there is a next one. If you sit down and look at it, what is the ultimate fulfillment of my desire, you will see your desire is driving you towards an infinite expansion. If I make you the king or queen of this planet, would you be fulfilled, I'm asking you? Hello? Some of you looking at me hopefully. I will not commit such a blunder. But if you become the king or queen of this planet, you will look at the other stars, you will look at the galaxies. If I give you one galaxy, you will desire for the next galaxy, because this is the nature of desire. The nature of desire is it is driving you towards a limitless expansion. But ambition means it is finding a very constipated expression right now. This longing that one has to expand is finding expression in every possible way. If it finds a basic physical expression, we call this sexuality. The effort is just that you are trying to make something that is not you as a part of yourself, or at least yours. If it finds an emotional expression, then you call it love. Again the same attempt, something that is not you, you either want to make it yourself, if you fail, at least yours. If it finds a mental expression, it gets labeled as greed, conquest, ambition, or simply shopping. Again the effort is same, that what is not you, you want to make it yours. If it finds a conscious expression, we call this yoga or the ultimate union. If right now ultimate union is not happening, till that happens, the best way to incubate yourself for that possibility is at least hold a vision which is as large as your imagination can be right now. How far can your imagination go? If your vision is as large as that, as inclusive as that, then at least you're in the right state to be incubated for a bigger possibility, because every human being, knowingly or unknowingly, consciously or unconsciously, is only longing to expand. And how much expansion? You want a limitless expansion. Ambition means expanding boundaries. Vision means boundlessness. There is something within us which doesn't like boundaries. It doesn't matter where you set the boundary, how big a boundary you set, there is something within you which doesn't like a boundary. There is something within you which always wants to break a boundary, because the natural state of a human being is boundlessness, and ambition is a very constipated expression for that boundlessness. It is important that we move today's leadership from personal ambitions to a larger vision. If this doesn't happen, with the capabilities that we have today, with our ability to empower people with technologies and ability to communicate with the rest of the world, that any idea, any desire can be transmitted across the planet in 10 minutes. What somebody desires in one part of the world, everybody starts desiring across the world within a matter of a day, which was not so in the past. If somebody desired and aspired and had something in one part of the day, it would take 100 years before it got to another part of the world. I'm saying our inability was saving the planet. But today our abilities can destroy the planet. Our abilities should make our lives. Our abilities should make the life on this planet better. if this has to happen, the transition from ambition to vision is a must. The difference between these two… Can I tell you one more monkey story, is it okay? Because the genetic scientists today are telling us that the DNA difference between a chimpanzee and us is only 1.23%. 1.23% is not much of a difference, isn't it? Physiologically, that's how close we are to a chimpanzee. But in terms of our intelligence and awareness, if we in some way distance ourselves from a little bit of our genetic material, suddenly our ability to look at life, our vision is way bigger than a chimpanzee can ever imagine. But physiologically, that's how close we are. So, this possibility of moving from ambition to vision, we must understand ambition is very animalistic in the sense, you will see the dogs going around on the streets, peeing all over the place, not because they have some urinary tract problems. They're building a kingdom, okay? Now, this is happening to all of us. The moment you're ambitious, you're driving yourself into a ridiculous state of existence, in the sense, see, in this cosmos, of which we do not know the beginning nor the end, in this cosmic space, the solar system is just a speck. In that speck, planet Earth is a micro speck. In that micro speck, Delhi is a super micro speck. In that, you are a big man. This is a ridiculous state of existence. This is where ambition will deliver us, because ambition is always about being better than someone. Vision means bettering every life around us, making everything better around us. This is not about me being better, because our lives become better only when everything around us is doing great. This can only happen if every one of us hold a larger vision, no matter what is the nature of our activity. When I say what is the nature of our activity, I have seen in some of these economic forums where I have been, they're almost resentful. What is a mystic doing in the economic forum? So I ask them, see, what is your business? Whatever your business is, you might have forgotten whether you're manufacturing a safety pin or a computer or a spacecraft. Fundamentally, the basis of your business is human well-being. And that's my business too. And that should be everybody's business. It doesn't matter what is the nature of our activity. We can hold a vision which includes everybody's well-being. Ambition, going back to the monkeys, we came from there, so we can't help going back. On a certain day, a monkey, a very ambitious monkey, came and it saw a jar full of nuts, put its hand inside, picked up a whole handful and tried to pull it out. Its hand gets stuck, but it doesn't matter how stuck, he doesn't want to let go even a single nut. So pulled and pulled, it's not coming. But some monkeys evolved. And another wise monkey came and he said, relax, let go of the nuts, take your hand out. And both of them together, though it was a heavy part, they turned it around and got all the nuts out. This is the choice that we have, either all or more. More is going to destroy us, all is going to make our lives and every other life on this planet better and wonderful at this level of competence and capability that humanity has reached. If we do not shift our gears from more to all, from ambition to vision, we are on a destructive path. I'm supposed to take questions.